Well, we've talked about the big change, which is the chase, but there are other changes that have happened over NASCAR heading into 2026 that we are going to discuss today. So let's not waste any time. Let's bust into it. The first one being, which this was started last year with Daniel Suarez being let go from Trackhouse Racing, the number 99 freeway car, and is now headed over to Spire Racing to drive the number 7, which was originally hosted by Justin Haley. So now joins the teammates of Carson Hocevar and Graham McDowell, which should be a fun little team. Big fan of Carson Hocevar. Really excited to see what he is going to do in his second year. I have big expectations for that young man. We'll have a whole show that we'll discuss about kind of up-and-comers and rookies. And speaking of rookies, Connor Zilisch, which is probably one of the hottest names in NASCAR. A lot of all eyeballs are going to be on him. For me personally, probably one of the most excited rookies coming into NASCAR since Ty Gibbs took Kyle Busch's spot a few years ago for JGR. Maybe not the most liked guy coming into the mix, but definitely was somebody that was exciting to watch in that Xfinity series. Hasn't really lived up to the expectation just yet, but really, I believe, found a rhythm last year, especially towards the back half Ty Gibbs did. And I'm excited to see what he can do transitioning into this year, especially with the new changes in the chase rules. Maybe we find some new drivers we haven't seen have success with the new chase series. So Connor Zilisch will be driving the number 88, and SVG will be taking over 97. And, of course, Ross will stay in his original number 1. Big fan of this Trackhouse team. Never loved Daniel Suarez. Felt like this team had a kind of a cool swagger and aura with it. Again, was not a big fan of Daniel Suarez. Now you've got Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man, SVG, who's just a blast to watch on the road courses, great personality, and then you bring in the rookie phenom. There is just something that fires me up about Trackhouse that I love. I kind of love a good underdog story. It's not, they got plenty of money, but just to kind of up-and-coming one of the teams out there. Again, 2311 I put into that category as well, too, that I love to watch, but really excited for Connor Zilisch and what he's going to be able to do. Some smaller things, some manufacturer changes. The Chevy just gets stronger. They're bringing Haas Racing back from Ford, which they switched to, I believe, in 2016. They are now switching because they're now one car with Tony Stewart dipping out. One car, which is Cole Custer, not Kurt Busch here, will be going back to Chevy, along with Mr. Ware. Cody Ware will be switching from Ford to Chevy as well. Haas will be joining the Hendrick team, I believe, and Ware will be joining kind of a co-partnership with RCR. So small little moves there, nothing too crazy, but less Fords off where the sport has been dominated by Chevy over the last couple of years here. Just adding to the mix, and I think that Chevy body is going to be one to watch with the new, ZL1, I believe. And the big one I'm excited about is these new crew chiefs. I love the Watermelon Man, love Ross Chastain, but Kyle Busch is my guy. You guys see the Rebel helmet there behind me. Been a big Kyle Busch fan for as long as I can remember. We've lost a little bit of pizzazz though, Kyle. Right, just kind of the edge that this man brought to the track. Scared everybody. Was never out of it. Chasing guys down. To me, that's what Carson Hocevar brings a little bit. Again, I said it last year, and then Junior took my smoke about comparing him to his pops, saying he's like kind of like our new intimidator. And Carson Hocevar just drives this without a care in the world. And Kyle always in my eyes carried a little bit of that in him as well. But he's gotten older. He's got a kid now. I get it. We get soft. It is what it is. But he's changing it up, bringing in a new offensive coordinator, bringing in Jim Polm, who managed the JR Motorsports and Justin Allgaier when they won the 2024 Xfinity, now known as the O'Reilly Auto Parts Cup Series. It was the Xfinity Series. So got a championship guy in his back pocket there. Excited for the move. Guy hasn't seen Checker Lane in 2 years, over 90-plus races. So hopefully he can get himself back in the saddle. And same thing with Ross Chastain here. They're moving on from his crew chief for the last 6 years. He's got him 6 Ws in that time period. Has had success. Had a hell of a run last year going against toe-to-toe with Denny Hamlin in the playoffs. And it's just been short and had a hell of a race in that Coca-Cola 600. Probably one of the most exciting racings, from last year. But they're moving on to an engineer from Hendrick Motorsports that helped William Byron over the last couple of years. So like these two changes seem to be very precise here. And again, with the new changes to the playoff standard, with the chase happening, you got to like both of these guys to find themselves in the playoffs and to have success in the playoffs, especially Kyle Busch. I feel like the win in your end thing. I don't know if it just messed with his head. Obviously, being an RCR has been a huge factor. He's going into a contract year, I believe, as well, with a few others like Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, I believe, is one more. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe he has one more year under his contract. So this year, William Byron. I think Larson has one more. William Byron, not Byron, excuse me, Alex Bowman, his contract is up at the end of this year as well. So although we didn't have too much fireworks from a free agency standpoint headed into this season, next year we will. And it'll be interesting to see how these guys kind of shake up. Again, Bowman's going to be one that's going to be fun to watch. Really hasn't lived up to, I believe, his expectations. So that'll be something to see if he can capitalize on it. His partnership with Ally, it still feels very strong. Will that play a factor in it as well? All those things are going to be fun to watch. But 2026, I'm excited about. We got, what, 2 weeks out till we got the Clash that's coming up. And then we'll be headed to, of course, Daytona 500, which I'm excited about. And look, I mean, with as much excitement as there is for the race of itself on Sunday, there's going to be a lot of excitement for the Gatorade Duels, which we'll be there for. JR Motorsports and Justin Allgaier with their Buffalo Trace car, which I already got me one. Pick me one up. We'll be racing for a spot once again in the Daytona 500. It was the story of the week last year. Very excited for that. In the Truck Series, they are hitting the ground running. Not only are they bringing in Tony Stewart to race for the new Dodge trucks, they're bringing in Travis Pastrana as well. So they are getting all the eyeballs on that racetrack Friday night. It's going to be an absolute blast. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to kick off this season the right way. I will be there Thursday night. Very excited to bring my son there once again. Thinking about going there Friday night. You keep adding the star power like Travis Pastrana and old Tony Stewart. Might have to swing around and go see what the boys got rocking and rolling there. But very excited for the season. If you guys enjoy this kind of content and want to follow along, hear what we have to say, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace and love, baby.